Zjednoczony duch narodu ukraińskiego jaśnieje w obliczu całego świata. Część 10 z 12 w Międzymistrzem a uczniami w języku angielskim.
Dường như sương đã xuống đêm qua, để lại vườn xanh những ngọc ngà.
Okay, next one.
That's all the good news we have for you, Master, today.
Then it's good. Well, at least there's no bad news.
Yes.
You did well by researching all that. I'm very pleased. Anything you want to ask me or comment on all that? Any of you want to comment on each other's news or whatever? Tell me then.
There's news that UK citizens want the UK government to do more for the refugees. That's why the government introduced some policy allowing households to host the refugees and give them some payment to house them.
And support.
And within 24 hours, 100,000 people signed up in the UK. So the citizens themselves are actually more compassionate than the governments are.
Wow, what another surprise. Thank you. Thank you, UK government. Forever in debt, the Ukrainians to you. All right. Of course, humans everywhere are humans.
Yes.
I told you before again and again that the Russian people, they are very nice. They're good citizens of the world. I have nothing against the Russian people. I keep telling you that. Long before we had war even with Ukraine, or maybe in many other lectures before when I first began.
Yes.
I told you I went to Russia, a lecture and all that, yeah?
Yes.
But still, I must tell you, before the war, I mean some decades ago, when I went to Russia to lecture,
Yes, Master.
it was still free. Freer than many other communist countries.
Yes.
Yes. And people, I'm not just talking about freedom, the people were very nice.
Yes.
I told you already that they told me, oh, the bus is right in front of this hotel. You don't have to pay for taxi. It's too expensive. Communist frugality. I stay in a hotel. And they thought maybe to save money, I should go on the bus. And even to further save, I did not pay anything. I forgot. Everybody walks out, rush. It kind of pushed me out, so I sat in the front. Everyone pushed, and I went out. I did not pay. I haven't been on the bus for a long time. I forgot. But later I made up with a taxi tip. And in the hotel and all that. It's all staying in Russia, so it's okay. If I don't pay one Russian, I pay another Russian. It's okay then. I mean, if I forgot to pay a few rubles, and I pay in other areas, then it's okay. It's all in Russia.
Yes.
It wasn't lost anywhere. I didn't take it away. But it was so nice, the reception. Normally, people who stay in hotels, they must have money.
Right.
But still, they try to save it for you. Oh, I never forget. And one time, long time ago, I was with my husband passing by Russia, and they gave me some food. Because at night all the hotels are closed. Not much actually, just rice and something.
Yes.
Not much. More rice than something. But still, it was very kind of them.
Yes.
At that time, Russia, I think, was still communist. I think so, no? In the 1980s, 81, 82, it's still communist? Oh, no.
Yes.
Okay. Not yet broken, huh? The Soviet Union didn't yet become partly free.
Not yet.
It doesn't matter. They give me food, and that's important. I love food. I love food, yeah. They give rice and some little, very finely chopped cubes of meat on it. But I took the meat away. I was vegetarian then.
Yes.
I only drank milk at that time because the eggs would repose into me. It tasted so terrible that I could not eat them. And I drank milk sometimes.
Yes.
But I could not drink straight milk. I had to mix it with something at that time.
Yes.
But I hardly drink milk because I never liked it.
Right.
If there is some in the food already, then I took it.
Yes.
If it's in the food they mix it, you don't know.
Yes.
It don't taste grassy or stomachy, like taste from the animal people things.
Right. Yes, right.
Then I would take it. But rarely, because I'm Asian. I don't really like cheesy stuff.
Yes.
I never had them. When my sister was younger, I had to feed her with milk. And whatever was left over, my cousin, the girl, she took it with gusto. But I thought, whoa, how can you take that from the stomach of the cow? I could never like it.
Yes.
And then when I grew up in Europe, they mix milk in the food.
Yes.
So I just ate some. Really, I never really liked it. I normally cook for myself.
Yes.
Okay, good. Talking about these refugees from Ukraine, I hope they go back to their own land.
Yes, Master.
Because there's no place better than home.
Right.
Oh, yes.
They're used to it. They're used to their climate, their surroundings, their neighbors, their food grown from their own hands next to them,
Yes.
locally and abundantly. God bless Ukraine with good soil, good farmers. They cultivate well, they export to the whole of Europe and a big part of Africa, if I remember rightly. You tell me, huh?
Yes.
Yes, Master.
Check out all the facts, okay?
Yes, Master.
Wherever the facts has to be checked, because I'm too bundled with work and so much news.
Yes,
I
Master.
spend many hours to research the news. So in case you ask like this, I know how to answer you. But sometimes I can't remember all the numbers
Yes, Master.
or the names of the locals and all that. So please help, okay, huh?
Yes, Master.
I live in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 words at the same time. And I'm surprised that I can function. Sometimes I walk like on air, but still can function. I just tell myself, oh, it's only a feeling. It's only a feeling. Don't pay attention. And then I regain my stability physically, and then I continue working. So concerning all these refugees who have now been accepted by other countries nearby, I am glad, at least in this urgent situation, they have somewhere to rest from anxiety, from fear, from worrying about their children and their future.
Yes.
At least they have food, they have the roof over them, and they're warm.
That's right. Yes.
Because they run with nothing, almost nothing. You saw it on the news.
Yes.
They just run alone.
Right.
Or maybe carry a dog person in their hands, or carry their babies. They don't have enough energy or strength to take anything, and they didn't have enough time to take anything.
Yes, Master.
At those moments, they could not even think, they just run.
Yes.
Yeah, we have witnessed Champagne. He saw them on the highway. Even he had to abandon the car to leave quick. Because it's a big queue at the border. Maybe they check, you know?
Yes.
So he has to abandon his car and take some equipment and run with his crew.
Yes.
But imagine he's a privileged person. Imagine all these ordinary men, women, and children, and elderly, and even handicapped, and dogs and cat people.
Yes, Master.
Oh, my God. Imagine it's you. Then you know what it's like.
Yes,
Master.
Imagine you have to leave everything that you loved and were familiar with behind and just run. Don't even know when or where to arrive anywhere or have any safety or not on the street, on the road.
Yes.
Master.
And have nothing with you, and you have your babies with you and have no milk. Your cat person has no food. Your dog person has nothing for days. And you yourself too are exhausted from the run and from the fear and from the bombing above.
Yes.
Yes.
Imagine if you. It's not a movie, man. It is real.
Yes, Master.
Yes.
That's right.
It's true suffering.
Yes, Master.
What else can I do? Gennady asks. There's nothing left for me here. He's walking away after nearly 40 years working as a shoemaker here.
Today, Margarita Prosolovich told us a bombing leveled her home. She and her 13-year-old son, Nikita, now have only the clothes on their backs. It's just impossible to imagine, she says.
In nearby Mykolaiv, a Russian rocket ripped through a government building, leaving a gaping hole and fresh trauma. This woman watched helplessly as her colleague died in her arms.
It's head trauma, it's amputation, traumatic amputation, it's bullets trauma.
11-year-old Milena Uralova lies in a hospital, recovering 9 days after a Russian soldier shot her through the face. This was Milena before Russia invaded Ukraine, flipping and dancing. But now she can barely walk.
Поняла, что больно. Не хочу, чтобы я умирала. Хочу, чтобы быстрее это все закончилось.
Oh God, how can anyone have the heart to even create this? Huh? And look at that from the screen from afar, in the safety of his bunker, or palace, or yacht, or whatever.
Yes,
Master.
So this wicked evil cannot exist on this planet much longer. The less of them, the better. There are less and less already, you can see. But still there are some more wicked. They survived. They're on the top.
Yes, Master.
We will have to deal with them somehow. Heaven has to do it. I have no power. No secular power. But I'm not doing nothing.
Yes, Master.
They just watch and wait.
Yes.
I don't have any physical means or power or ways to do anything. But I have heaven supporting me.
Yes, Master.
And they are not just letting it go.
Right.
I'm worried for the refugees also. I'm worried for both Russians and Ukrainians. Russians, they also becoming refugees now. Many hundreds of them, thousands of them are running away, fleeing Russia to the neighboring countries and starting their life there with language problems. Even opening a bank account is a big problem for them because of the language problem. And renting a house or whatever is a big problem for everyone if they leave their country.
Right. Yes.
And they are not even refugees in war, so nobody will have them.
Yes.
The Russians who flee their country, or the Russians who are fired from their jobs and don't know where the next meal comes from for their children.
Yes.
Like those National Guards that have been fired.
Yes.
But in America, they also fired tens of thousands because of vaccine mandate. Or they quit also tens of thousands because they don't want to get the vaccine. They don't know what the vaccine will do to them.
Right.
With so much contradicting information on the internet and from their own doctors and from their own whispering health experts, etc. So they quit in America. A lot of unemployment numbers go up since Biden went into office. Under Trump, it was not like that. It was the opposite.
Right, Master.
Yes, true.
He
Yes.
found jobs for them. He found jobs for everyone.
Right.
And Biden, he takes jobs from everyone. Everyone he can. With any excuse. Okay, now we went to America. What for? I'm just telling you, I'm sorry for everyone who is affected by the war and by the pandemic, physically or not.
Yes,
Master.
Because we live not just by the physical body, we also have mental faculties. We have psychological feelings. We have emotional quality as well, all kinds of things.
Yes.
And all this is not better than physical suffering.
Yes, Master.
And then not to talk about if they have to rebuild their lives from scratch, from nothing, with the language problem, with their children wanting attention, food, nutrition, and health, all kinds of things.
Yes, Master.
Ta muốn tan vào trong khói sương, cất gánh chân ai du bụi đường, mà lên sư giác thăm hậu Phật.
All humanity should be moving towards a plant-based diet. The Honorable Rabbi David Rosen, KSG CBE, Wien.